Hello, doğum günüymüş bugün.
Hello, 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 hello.
Hello, everyone.
Good afternoon. Excuse me. Can you hear me here?
Yeah, we can hear
Yes,
you.
we hear you.
Hello?
Yes, we hear you. We hear you.
Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Excuse me. Can you see the screen that I've just shared with you?
Yes, yes, yes,
I don't know. I cannot hear you clearly, but
Yes.
it's good if you can hear me here.
yes.
We can hear you. Could you just maybe expand your screen?
I hope we have enough participants here. Let me see.
Just try to
And
maximize
we
it
have
to
enough
fit this.
participants joining us here.
Can you try and maximize your computer window?
I don't know if we can wait anymore, but we can start the session today. I hope you heard me very well.
Yes.
That's good. Today's we will provide the session 17 of the Youth Eco-Resilience Project. The session focused on facilitating intercultural dialogue on climate. Why my voices keep?
We can hear you, Alfsa. Just go ahead, please.
All right, that's good then. Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining this live stream session. Today we explore how intercultural dialogue can help different communities and cultures and generations work together to address climate change. In general, climate change is global, as we know that, but our experience, values, and response are shaped by culture. This session focuses on building understanding, respect, and cooperation across those differences. So we define what is the intercultural dialogue. We know that intercultural dialogue is an open intercultural dialogue means respectful communication between people from different cultural backgrounds. It is based on mutual listening, equality, and learning. In the climate context, it allows scientific knowledge, traditional wisdom, and lived experience to meet and complement each other. That will how can we define the meaning of intercultural dialogue.
I can't hear you anymore.
We can't hear you, Mr. Abdi Fatah.
Oh, now can you hear me now?
Yeah, now we
Okay,
can.
that's good. Uh, why the keep? I mean, we having kind of a repetition here in the voice.
Maybe you should check your YouTube. Might be open.
I think your internet is very, the connection is very low because you are talking and then you stop. So please restart your internet connection.
Probably his intro is bad, and
I think I made a double open here. I think, what do you think now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, let me continue. Hopefully that it records positively here and correctly. So let's come to the session. I mean, to the slide of cultural dimensions of climate perception.
Okay, go ahead.
Different cultures relate to nature to different ways in general. Some sees Earth as scared, sacred, others as shared community resources, and others through scientific and policy framework. All those perspectives are valuable. Effective climate dialogue respects and connects them rather than ranking one above another. So you see that in general, I mean, what the facilitation must respect all knowledge systems equally. That's the common sense that each facilitator should focus on these differences and respect accordingly. Better to intercultural climate dialogue. There are challenges such as language barriers, power imbalances, historical trauma, and mistrust when it comes to the climate challenges. And then the climate issues can also become politicized, as we know that. Good facilitator helps create a safe space where people feel heard and respected. And so this is the common challenge in general, like as you can see on the screen. So now we go to the slide of principles that affect of effective international climate facilitation. Whenever you have to facilitate effectively in international climate, key principles include respect, inclusivity, equity, participation, and empathy. That's the essential. Every voice matters, especially those of women, youth, indigenous people, and marginalized communities. Listening is more important than debating. That is the key when facilitating such climate of international, effectively, international climate issues. Now we go to the role of facilitator. What is the role exactly is required for a facilitator to have or to feel? I mean, facilitator's role is to guide and the conversation, ensure balanced participation, and manage conflict respectively, and help translate between cultures and viewpoints. That is the essential for the role of facilitator. The goal is not to impose solutions, but to help the group build them together. Now we talk the practical facilitation methods. As you can see that we just take four different methods that could be applied practically as a method to facilitate such issues or the international climate dialogue. And the most effective is the storytelling circles. Using storytelling as a tool is essential, is the most effective one. Storytelling allows people to share personal climate experience. Stories build emotional connection, trust, and understanding. They make climate change real and human, not just scientific data. And the second effective one is the World Cafe Dialogue. That is commonly used especially for the youth. Now we take the integrating indigenous and local knowledge. Youth, in general, youth brings energy, as we know that. They bring energy, innovation, and digital skills. Elders, elders bring experience and traditional knowledge. Intergenerational dialogue strengthens community resilience and ensures continuity of climate wisdom. So combining the two, coming in a joint meeting, providing such kind of experience one another is essential in order to have effectively acknowledge the issue. Let's go to the climate migration and intercultural understanding. Change is forcing many people to migrate. Dialogue between the host communities and newcomers is essential for social cohesion, understanding, and joint climate action. In general, dialogue helps reduce stereotypes, build social cohesion, foster solidarity, create inclusive climate policy, and that it strengthens the host community relations. The result of youth as intercultural climate ambassadors is very important that we use youth, I mean, should play a greater role to become ambassador of intercultural dialogue when it comes to the climate change, understanding the climate effective of the change of the climate in general. Youth are more digital communicators, as we is commonly known. They bridge the cultural bridges. They become climate advocates, and they are future leaders. So it's very essential that we youth plays takes a bigger role in this issue. Empowering youth through dialogue builds global citizenship, strengthens peace and resilience, and encourages cross-border climate cooperation. Gender and intercultural climate dialogue is very crucial in this segment here, as we know that women often face stronger climate impacts, but also lead community adaptation. Safe and inclusive dialogue spaces must ensure women's voices are heard and valued. As we know, the women are the best communicator when it comes to family connection in both demographically, I mean, whether it's older or youth. So for them to have for them to have their voice heard and valued is very crucial. So to emphasize more and give greater goal for gender and intellectual climate dialogue is very essential. So now we'll link in dialogue to action. I mean, dialogue should lead to action. That is a common sense in a way. Local climate projects, youth initiative, policy recommendations, and community adaptation plans. Talking is the first step, but cooperation must continue beyond discussions. Those are the steps should be taken. Digital intercultural dialogue. Online platforms allow global conversations, especially among youth and diaspora communities. They help share experience across borders and build global solidarity. In general, I mean, as we all aware, online platforms allow global youth exchange, diaspora engagement, cross-continental learning, virtual climate forums, and multilingual participation. Outcomes of successful intercultural climate dialogue. When done well, I mean, intercultural dialogue builds trust, reduces polarization, strengthens climate literacy, and supports inclusive climate policies and community resilience. That is the outcome if the if the dialogue is done well. This is what it brings out. It internally empowers youth and women, inclusive climate policies, and strong community cohesion, increased climate literacy. I mean, this is the naturally, culturally grounded climate solutions. That's what it produces at the end, if it's done well. So we have to have the dialogue prepared very well and conducted accordingly, used by the right method, facilitation methods. In general, we know that. I mean, it's been discussed and contradicted in many ways through political interference or political policy interventions in general. But we have to have a better dialogue and well structured facilitation methods to be applied. conclusion, climate change is a shared challenge, as we are aware of it. But our culture shape how we understand and respond to it. Intercultural dialogue turns diversity into strength and builds collective responsibility. Builds peace, solidarity, understanding, collective responsibility, and sustainable climate action. If it's coming shared and leaded accordingly, because we all are aware of that, climate change is a shared challenge. I mean, this is we have to accept it, acknowledge it. But cultures experience it differently. So the this is what's the objective of understanding the climate change. So I would have my closing message here for this session today. To conclude, the climate crisis speaks many languages and stories. By listening to each other with respect and empathy, we can build a just, peaceful, and sustainable future together. Thank you for joining this session, and I hope you hear me clearly. I don't know, we having some kind of technical issue here, but I hope I presented clearly the session today. Sorry, I have also some kind of voice issue here. I've been kind of a throat problem here. I wish I gave my voice clear here. Sorry.
Thank you so much. It was very insightful presentation.
I thank you a lot, and it was very uh, useful advantage, and I hope that we will understand everything. Thanks, and have a nice day.
Hello, everyone. I hope you can hear me.
Yes.
All right. First of all, I want to thank SDA for the beautiful presentation on facilitating the cultural dialogue session. This is the last session that we are having on work package 2 before we can move to work package 3. I should say the last session in terms of production of these live streams, because we are supposed to have a total of 20 live streams. And so far we've managed to do the last one. We've managed to do the last one out of the 28 sessions that we were supposed to hold. However, I see we still have about 18 minutes to finalize the 1 hour session, because a maximum of 1 hour session. So maybe if we have some questions, some comments, or anything that might be quite valuable. While we'll be trying to comment or ask questions, may I ask STA to forward the post survey link in the chat box so that we can fill it. Abd Fattah and the entire team of SDA, could you ensure you send us the link to the post survey for the section, for this session?
We will send right away the questionnaire.
Thank you. Okay, so before we close this session, I would like to just go through the topics that we've so far covered in the live streams. So we started with climate change, causes, effects, and global inequalities, which was followed by climate migration, which looked at when the climate forces people to move, and this was presented by SmartLeap. That was back in from 24th and 26th of November 2025. And this was followed by human security beyond military security and was presented by Association Shillon on the 2nd of December. And on the 3rd of December, Ghana SEDA VP presented climate conflict and cooperation. We also did international policies on climate and migration, which was done by TED from Tanzania on the 4th of December. Then on the 7th, Center for Humanity and Sustainable Development from Malawi presented internal and urban migration, the new climate nomads. And that was on the 8th, not on the 7th. And then on the 9th, SDA presented climate justice and social inequalities. Then on 10th, colleagues from Greece presented a case study on the Mediterranean as the climate and migration crossroads. That was on December 10th. And then on December 12th, TED also presented a session on the voices of young migrants and refugees. It was followed by SEDA VP Ghana, which presented communicating climate, countering misinformation and toxic narratives. That was on the 15th of December. And then on the 18th of December, Association Chiron presented environmental education and global citizenship, which was followed by KVDA, which presented participatory methods for addressing complex issues. This was also followed by Center for Humanity and Sustainable Development, which presented consecutive sessions on 22nd and 23rd. And on 22nd, we had empowering youth for climate action, and then psychological well-being, anxiety, and resilience. And that was the last session last year. And in the beginning of this year, on the 7th of January 2026, colleagues from Greece, Action for Civil Society, presented a session on including young migrants and refugees in education activities. Can you mute? Okay, and then this was followed by another session by this was followed by another session by Ghana setup, which presented a session on designing local initiatives on climate and migration. Then our friends from Greece also came with another session on partnership and networks for youth climate action. That was on the 12th of December. And then on the 13th of December, KVDA made a presentation on digital communications and storytelling on YouTube and social media. And this was followed by yesterday's session from our colleagues in Tanzania, TED. It was looking at from awareness to action, the roadmap for youth workers and organizations. And today, we've had our last session amongst the 20 live stream sessions that we were supposed to have, which was on facilitating intercultural dialogue on climate. It has been a very good journey of work package 2, and thanks a lot for everyone who attended and participated fully in all these sessions. We are looking forward to moving to the next work package, which is work package 3. And this is where we also have workshops and online trainings that are going to be conducted over the year. I'm pretty sure that when all the proper information and details of how this is going to be like, everyone's going to receive a communication, which afterwards we shall communicate to our participants to ensure that we continue the implementation process right here online. In case I might have missed something, maybe my colleagues can bring in something something more important also. Thank you. SD, I see you haven't given us the post-survey link. Please ensure you do it. Oneka Vasily.
But Bernasio, I am in a place which may be a bit noisy, but I have nothing to add. Simply to thank everyone for the active participation and taking all your time to ensure that the work package 2 was done conclusively. Let us endeavor and see what best can be done. So now we get into work package 3. I hope that the collaboration and the networking partnership among the organizations and the participants is critical to the successful implementation of the program. So let us get into the future, and I hope that this is what we can do together. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Oneka. Okay, so Abifata, if you'd ensure that you have the post survey so that people can fill it. Otherwise, others, when they leave this session, they usually forget to fill out the forms. I hope everyone filled the pre-survey form if it was shared amongst you. Otherwise, if it wasn't shared, I'll try and paste it in the chat. Maybe you can also feed it out maybe afterwards or right away now as I paste it here. Okay, there you go. If you haven't filled the pre-survey session, please, the pre-survey questionnaire, please let's do while we wait for the post survey questionnaire. Otherwise, from my side, I thank you so much. And I give it back to Abitfata and the colleagues. Thank you.
I will send the form soon. Thank you.
Oğlum bak. Baksana. Ay, oğlum çok